Right, hello, welcome back to Series About Salvage, another video on the channel. So today is the day, or this evening is the evening, doesn't really make much sense that. But anyway, this is the video where we're going to find out if this engine survived. So if you haven't watched the first episode of this car, I'll put a link up to the top corner now, go and check it out. Because we bought this car from auction. Long story short, it's got a snapped timing belt, and under inspection we found we've got some broken rockers. So anyway, today is the day we're going to rebuild this back up and hopefully get this car running. So I've got everything I need here, full Cambelt kit, timing tools, torque wrench, full set of 16 rocker arms in here. I'll open one up and see if I can get it open. Yes, I can. A full set of them. So we're going to replace them all because, yeah, there might be 4 broken, but some could have airline cracks. You know, we're not sure if any are bent. So let's just do them all. So we know we need to clean out all this head just to make sure there's no bits of metal. Anyway, I've got a magnet, and then we need to then put it back together, put a Cambelt kit on it, fire it up and see what happens. So first of all, let's get all these old rockers out, clean it all out, and take it from there then. So I think we're going to have to time it up before we put the head on. I say head, I mean rocker cover, because the rocker cover over there has got the cams in it, so it needs to be timed up when it goes on. So let's clean it out. I'll have a good read of the instructions, and yeah, let's just get on with it. Okay, a little bit of progress. Got all the old rockers off. That's the carnage. I've got the new rockers in a bucket of oil. I thought it was a good thing to do, really. Why not? Leave them up first. I've cleaned off the head, and that's the gasket on in place. So we need to now fit these new rocker arms, and then I think we need to crack on with the cam belt, because we need to do the water pump, tensioners, we need to get the crank timed up, and then we need to time up the cams before we put the rocker cover back on, I think. I'm going to read the instructions again. But yeah, let's get these rocker arms in. Just a quick update for you. So we've got all this side stripped out now, so we can get full access to this cam belt. And look at that now, there's loads of room to work there, isn't there? Easy car to work on this. There's a lot of stuff there, but you know, once you get out engine mount and the actual casing, there's plenty of room there to do a cam belt. Now, a few of you did question why the belt has snapped, and that quite often it can end up happening from say a seized water pump. or seize tensioner, or you know, seize pulley, which, yep, I totally agree. So let's have a look at them now. This is your water pump. That one's free spinning. Your tensioner, free, and your pulley, free. So on this particular one, they were all, you know, that wasn't the issue. It must have just been the age of the belt. I did notice the point of break, the point of where it had broke was halfway around the crank. So I think it's just due to age by the looks of it. So if you look, if you get it and you pinch it, see there's signs, isn't there? But yeah, anyway, it's broke. So next up, we're gonna pull the water pump, tensioner, pulley, get all them off, get our new ones in, which we've got over here. This is our water pump, pulley, tensioner, new gasket for the water pump. So if we get lucky and this engine's good, this engine's, well, it's going to be perfect for the next owner, isn't it? A full Cambelt kit done, full service. Yeah, so it's going to be a good car. So I'm going to crack on, I'll get them off, get the new ones in, and then it's going to be a case of timing up the crank, timing up the cams before we put them on, and then get the belt on, and then we've got to put the whole thing back together, haven't we? So plenty to go at yet, let's keep moving. Okay, quick update time. Because obviously we've had our cam cover off, the instructions are a little bit, we have to jump in and out of it because this is presuming that you've not taken the cam cover off. So I've got on with it a little bit and I'll show you where I've got up to. So as I said, I timed up the crank and I timed up the camshaft with this locking tool that goes into the head, into a slot in the camshaft. So then that head goes on then and you've got to bolt it down, bearing in mind it's going to push some valves down at the same time. So that's all down and tight. You then start to fit the cam belt, starting on the crankshaft. There's a mark on the crankshaft and there's also 3 white lines on the cam belt. All 3 lines mark up with 3 different sprockets. So one line's up with the crankshaft, one line's up the fuel pump, one line's up with the camshaft. And you've also got your locking tool on your crank. So you've got a locking tool on your crank, locking tool on your cam, and then as long as your white lines mark up, all 3 points are timed correctly. So that's on now, and they're all in the right place. All I need to do now is put the tension on the tensioner, because that's not tensioned yet, and then tighten up the camshaft sprocket, and that's the cam belt done. So then we need to crack on getting the injectors back in, fuel rail back on, all these bolts and bits and pieces, oil line for the turbo. It's not a great deal really, now that the main piece is back in. it's kind of like bolting everything back up. We'll have to put a bit of coolant back in it because we obviously did lose a bit with the water pump out. But all in all, it's going really well and I'm really happy so far. So I'll carry on a bit more. It's a bit hard really to get any actual footage of it happening. Perhaps I'll do a bit more on the top, putting the injectors back in and the fuel rail and stuff for you, but down there it's a bit too difficult to get any real footage. So I'll crack on, get the timing belt tensioned, get this all covered back up, you know, all the engine mounts back in and everything, and then we'll move on to the top and put all the top back together, and hopefully sometime tonight I want to try and run this. So let's crack on, let's keep going. Alright, just another update for you. So I've got the cam belt side all built back up now, everything's back in there. We've got the injectors, fuel rail, oil pipe for the turbo, all these bits and pieces basically, all the fuel lines to put back in, and then we'll be ready to give it a crank and see what happens. So I'll try and get you on a little bit of time lapse now, see if I can do a little bit with you watching, and yeah, let's keep going. I'm determined I'm going to get this running tonight, and yeah, it's getting on, so let's crack on. Right, and the moment you have all been waiting for. Have we fixed this engine? Well, there's a good sign. We've got no fixings left in the scuttle. So yeah, I think it's all, that's a tool, yeah. It's all back together. So there's only one thing to do. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's a bad sign straight away, isn't it? Yeah, that's the end of that. The leak off snapped. That snapped off. Oh, bugger. I can't start it now. I knew this is snot. I didn't really think we were going to get full fuel rail pressure out. I thought it was a leak off. So that's going to stop us from trying it now. After all that, it's going to stop us from trying it. Damn it. Well, it's all back together. Now we're going to have to wait now until tomorrow when I can nip off and get one of them fittings, and then we can try it. What a bugger. Right. There's no point moaning about it. It's happened. That's what's happened. So I'll go off and try and get one of these in the morning, little tea piece, and we will try and start this thing tomorrow for definite. It's all back together. I'm pretty confident it turns over fine by hand. So let's hope for the best, and yes, I will come back to you in the morning. Okay, it is now the next morning. So this morning I nipped over to my brother's garage, and luckily we've managed to make something up to work. Now obviously that is the old piece, should be a T straight through. We managed to get one with a kinked T, but you know, I don't see a problem with that. I think that's okay. And I've had the battery terminal on and there's nothing leaking, so at least for us to try it, that's going to be okay. So now is the moment we've all been waiting for. We now just get this battery. Where's... I need to have a tidy, don't I? I left it in a bit of a mess last night, but in all fairness it was 10 o'clock when I left here, but I only started it at 5. I'd waited in all day for that head gasket, well, rocker cover gasket, and it turned up at just after 4. So by the time I got up here and got kit out and ready, it was just gone 5 o'clock. So it didn't take too long really to put that together. Now hopefully she's a runner. I'm a little bit apprehensive, I must admit. So what should we do with you? I'll just put you here, I think. Put you here. Put it towards the engine. See how that goes. So are we ready? Are we ready for the first start? Let's see what happens. Well guys, she is running. I'm hearing some ticking noises. It's a bit noisy, let me back off. There's some ticking noises because my injectors aren't sealed. I can see a bit of bubbling coming up just where there's a bit of diesel on the head. So I need to get them injectors in a bit more. Other than that, doesn't sound too bad. I'm very happy. I'll have a tinker and I'll come back in a few minutes when hopefully it's running a little bit better. Alright then. So I just quickly removed the injectors and cleaned them up and got them seating a little bit better, and they're not blowing now. They're not leaking by or anything, so the only thing left to do now is go and have a drive of it and see how it goes. And but it looks like we're all good, which is excellent. So we can concentrate now on sourcing a front bumper for it and getting that window replaced. But I'll tell you what, it's a bit loud in here with this running. I'll get cleared up, I'll go and give it a little run down the road, and then we'll just have one more quick little talk about it before the end of this video. Right, well, what a result. This thing runs absolutely perfect. It drives great, pulls really well. Being the 2 litre, it's got the 170 brake horse engine in this, so it pulls really well all the way through all the gears. Brakes are great, as we already know. The tyres are pretty much brand new. A really cracking car, actually. Really cracking car, and it does make me think, should I get rid of that and keep this? I don't know. It's for my wife regardless, so I don't know. I might just let her keep that. I don't know. What do you think? Sell the Peugeot, keep the Vauxhall. Sell the Vauxhall, keep the Peugeot. Anyway, yeah, what a great car. So, runs perfect. We need to sort this bumper out. I don't see the point in I suppose I could take it to a body shop and say repair that and paint the bumper, and it might come out cheaper than finding one. I don't know. It might be nice to just do this wing as well. See how much I can get a wing for. And I'm just undecided on this little bit of lacquer peel on the bonnet. So I just had looking at it in the service book. Full service history, this car. It was last serviced in May this year with 95,000 on it. So what's it been, 6 months? Probably at least one of which it will have been, you know, sat up at Copart and then here. So and in that service it also shows on the service book that it had new disc and pads. So it's had disc and pads within the last 6 months. I'm gonna guess it's the same time it had the tyres. Because like I said, they're almost brand new, these tyres, all the way around. Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. There's between 800 and £1,000 worth of tyres on that car right now. So it's incredible, really. So I think it's going to be a great car for someone. I've just noticed there is a tiny little line there, but oh, it seems to get rear arch damage. But yeah, what a cracking little car. Over the moon, actually. Really chuffed that it's survived. And yeah, we'll be all right with this car. We'll be all right with this car. I've enjoyed it as well. And going off the views from the first video, you guys have as well, because that video has done phenomenal for us. You know, between this car and the white Astra that I got in the last week and a half, I think, or is it just over a week, we gained like, I think it's over 500 subscribers, which I generally don't. I only get 500 a month. You know what I mean? So done great for us, this car, and I hope you guys enjoy this video as well. And what a success! Can't believe it. So yeah, Cambelt snaps on one of these. There's a good chance you'll only have some broken rocker arms, and yeah, and it'll probably survive. There's also a full cam belt kit on this car, isn't there? Another great selling point. So yeah, really chuffed with it. It's just a shame there's a bit of a rip in the seat, the driver's seat. But I might try to either get it repaired, or find a replacement for it. But it's a bit showing signs of wear. Yeah, what a great car. Okay, that's going to be the end of this video, and look at that smile. I am well chuffed. I can't believe we've got it going again, to be honest with you. I was 90% there, but I had tried to crank it quite a few times to have that belt off, so that's what kind of made me a bit concerned. But it's come out great, runs great honestly, pulls really strong, and what will be a great car for the next owner, fully serviced, full cam belt kit done, brand new tyres, brand new brakes. I don't know how much MOT it's got on actually. I think, if I remember rightly, I think it was about the same time as the service, so probably May. So it's probably got 6 months on it. So I'll think about whether I'm going to put an MOT on it or not. Price up the bumper. Obviously we need a windscreen as well for it, and perhaps look at a seat and a wing as well. I don't know. We'll see what the money comes to. But anyway, thank you as always for watching. I've really enjoyed doing this mechanical damage, to be honest with you, and I might look for a few more. I did try to buy a Beetle the other day, but it was going for silly money. But that's another story. So yeah, we might look out for a bit more mechanical damage stuff. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Big thumbs up. Any questions, comment in the bottom, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.